Good morning. Welcome to our Friday morning coffee break on this third week of social distancing. This is Reverend Lynn Capron from the First Presbyterian Church of Verona.
Reverend Mike Capron from the First Presbyterian Church of Elmwood Park.
Just a couple things I'd like for you to maybe mark your calendar. Next week is Holy Week, and we are having Maundy Thursday at 6 p.m. here on Facebook and also on our website. Stay tuned for more information about that, but a little hint, go looking for your favorite soup recipe. We will be having a fake cooking show next week to steal an idea from my colleague Charles Dixon in New Jersey.
I can hardly wait to eat fake soup.
Right.
And don't forget our conference call Bible studies from Elmwood Park at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays. Let me know if you want in on those.
Yeah. For today's sort of uplifting thought for the day, we're going to come and find some, messages and thoughts from Psalm 33. So if you've got a Bible anywhere around, you may want to open up to Psalm 33. Mike, you got some thoughts?
Yeah, so, we're not going to read the whole psalm, but I was taken by verse 6. By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their host. It's just one of those many, many verses, and there's lots of stories in the Bible that remind us that God is operating on this cosmic time scale. The current moment with the coronavirus just seems really big and overwhelming to us. It certainly does to me. And it's just a reminder that, since the Lord started this place, there's been a whole lot of crises and then ends of crises, and that God has seen us through tragedies in the past and will see us through this as well.
And what I love about the Psalms is they always help us in three zones. They help us with our mind, and that, I think Mike was speaking a little bit to that. It's sort of keeping a big picture, keeping in mind the fact that God is in charge of a bigger picture that maybe we don't understand, helps me with my mental processes. But then there's always the other two zones, right? There's the zone of the heart and there's the zone of the body. And so as we get further in the psalm, we get into the heart zone. Behold, the eye of the Lord, this is verse 18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear him, on those who hope in his steadfast love. May he deliver their soul from death and keep them alive in famine. Now, this old idea of the fear of the Lord, it's not language that we naturally, feel connected to. We don't like that word fear, but what it does is it takes our natural human capacity to react to scary things with fear, and it says, no, don't ultimately fear that. If you're going to fear anything, fear the Lord, because the Lord is, full of steadfast love, loves us, cares for us, and so let's place our fear where it belongs.
And let me jump in on that for just a second. Really, to me, this is the kind of fear that invokes awe.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of fear that invokes panic.
Right.
So it's not about a horror movie where you're being chased by zombies. That's one kind of fear. That's terror, right? And it's not about this free-floating anxiety that we all have about the current coronavirus situation.
Like God is not waiting to zap us.
It's more like standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon, right? You're like, whoa, it's a long way down, but it sure is beautiful and amazing, and I'm so glad I'm here.
That's so beautiful. Thank you for that. And then, for me, sometimes my body gets caught up in the emotional wash of the feelings that are happening right now, especially right after I've read the news. So if I come here to verse 20 of this psalm, I find that the chemistry in my body changes after meditating on these words. So our soul waits for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. So our mind, our spirit and our emotions, and also even our bodies are transformed, redeemed, ministered to by praying these psalms. So we thought that we would end this coffee break by speaking the final verse of this psalm together as a blessing and a prayer to anyone, and especially to those who are listening. Psalm 33, verse 22.
Let your steadfast love, O Lord, be upon us,
even as we hope in you. May God bless you all. Oh, and one final announcement. If you look on verse 3 of this psalm, it says, sing to him a new song, play skillfully on the strings with loud shouts. I want to give a shout out to our director of music, Abigail Schumer, who is posting things on YouTube and sending out links to members of our choir and also providing music for our digital services of worship. So, another thing that the Psalms helps us with is to acknowledge the important role that music plays in our lives. Amen.